Hello, hello, hello. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Yeah. Hey. Hello, hello, hello. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? Welcome to our Deliberate Millionaire stream for today. How are you? How are you? Tell me, tell me, tell me. We're talking about purpose. A lot of people feel like they don't know what their purpose is. I've spoken to lots of people that come onto the phone with me, and part of one of the reasons why they have a one-off session with me is to actually clarify their purpose, is to figure out what is their life supposed to be about. It's to me, it's such an interesting question. I'm going to talk about why I think it's an interesting question because anyway, we'll talk about it soon. But for now, let's start with the affirmation and introduction. I'm Rosemary Nonunite. I am the prosperity minister and a business coach for ambitious spiritual people. I support you in thriving, prospering, making at least six figures whilst living in your purpose. I help you let go of the pain, the limiting beliefs of the past, and rise victorious in your true design life. Your true design life is a life of freedom, fulfillment, financial abundance. It is a love drenched life if you will claim it. Okay. And these deliberate millionaire streams are here to support you in claiming it, as well as go get a copy of my book, the Six Figure Spiritual Business book. If you are that ambitious spiritual person who absolutely wants to get paid to help other people, wants to get paid to coach, to heal, to advise, to guide, to counsel, all of that stuff that you're probably already doing in your current existence, and you'd like to create another stream of income whilst actually doing what you already want to do. Okay, so get a copy of the book. It talks you through exactly what to do to take what is inside of you, the message inside of you, and turn it into a business that generates a whole extra income stream for you that can take you to six figures if you will do the things that I suggest doing and you do them consistently. Okay, so let's start with our affirmation. I am already loved. I relax because I'm already loved. I rise. Okay, I know. Is that it? Yes, I think it is. We'll start with that and then we'll talk about getting back in touch with your purpose. Okay. I am already loved. I relax because I'm already loved. I am already loved. I relax because I'm already loved. I am free to be me. I am free to be me. I am free to be me. I relax because I'm already loved. I am free to be me. I am free to be me. I am free to be me. I relax because I'm already loved. I relax because I'm already loved. I relax because I'm already loved. Woo! We're already loved. Hello, Tam Tam. How you doing? How you doing? How you doing? We are already loved. You can relax because you are already loved. There's nothing to prove, nothing to earn. You are already loved. And you are free to be yourself. And being yourself is one of the first things you need to be figuring out when it comes to living in your purpose. The thing is, too many people have forgotten who they are. Too many people have ended up, let's move this over here so I can see my notes, um, have ended up losing track of who they are because they've gone along with what other people have decided is what you're supposed to be doing with your life. They've gone along, and you probably, because I did this too, okay? I went along with what my parents decided was the right thing for me to do, with what teachers, everybody decided was the right thing to do. And I always find it quite fascinating, and especially now that I have teenage girls who are getting to that age where they're now expected to know exactly what they want to do for the rest of their lives. Now, thankfully, my girls have been home educated. And part of my big goal in home educating them was that I didn't want them to get to like 16, 17, 18 and suddenly be asked this big question of, what are you want to do for your whole life? And not know. So part of my home education with them was uncovering what they're good at, uncovering what they enjoy, uncovering that stuff that brings them to life. Now, most people do not have people doing that for them. Most people, if you're very blessed, and I was blessed, I had parents who at least wanted me to have a career. So they wanted me to have a profession. So for all of my siblings, there's four of us. We were supposed to be doctors, accountants, lawyers, or pharmacists. Those were our four choices. Okay, I chose pharmacist. My brother chose doctor. My sister chose accountant. Then we had a one who decided to go into the computer world, which my parents didn't know at that point, so they were quite scared about it. However, he's done well for himself anyway, because yeah, of course, computer science is now the thing, but it wasn't the thing when we were younger. Okay. So my parents did, so I was blessed in that I had parents that wanted me to have a profession. They'd come from a third world village somewhere, and they really wanted their children. They felt that, getting jobs would be a good thing for them to do. Now, personally, I would rather have gone into business. Okay. But they were coming out of business, they'd seen a heck of a lot of poverty. And my dad had kind of been had been brought to the UK by, I don't know, some kind of scholarship or fluke or something. And so he really wanted the best for us. Okay. And I get it, but it wasn't my thing. It wasn't my thing. And so I still remember finishing, finally graduating, doing my internship, and sitting down and having got my pharmacist manager job, everything. And I sat down and I said to my husband, is this it now? For the rest of my life, I'm going to do this thing that I don't actually really want to be doing. Wow. And it was like, oh, here we go. But I felt that I had to do it. Okay. And in some ways, I was glad that I hadn't been left hanging with this, as a lot of young people now are, where they come to 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. They don't know what they want. At least I had something that I'd been focused on for practically my whole life, because my parents had decided from birth practically exactly what we were going to do. Okay. But a lot of children don't have that. And as I said, my children, I've gone out of my way to keep looking for what they're good at, keep looking for what they enjoy, keep looking to see what they would excel at, and helping them to, and all of that. But a lot of people do not have that. You may not have had that. And so you've come into adulthood and just kind of gone along with wherever life pushed you. And so when we start talking about your life's purpose, you don't know. You don't really feel like you know. You kind of have ideas of things, and actually those ideas are probably where you need to start looking. Okay. So this is why people lose connection with their actual purpose. And then you also, you start growing up, you think you have to be responsible, you have to think in a certain way, act in a certain way, you have to pay the bills, you have children to look after, you blah, 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 blah. And so then you keep on that path that you somehow fell into, even though it isn't the path that you really want. And so you're feeling emptier and emptier and emptier, but you just keep going with it because you're an adult now, and this is the adult life. You're not supposed to enjoy everything you do in your adult life. You just need to get on with it. It's a lie, but it's a lie that a lot of people believe. Okay. It's a lie that a lot of people believe. And then you might have, if you were again blessed, maybe you came through some kind of religious organization that talked about purpose, that started you thinking about living in your purpose, thinking about your calling. But then the things you want to do, the chances are that they feel impractical. It's like I became the pharmacist. That felt really practical. When I started in business, I started as a property person. So I was doing real estate because, again, that felt practical. It wasn't what I really wanted to do. I knew I wanted to coach, but coaching felt unrealistic. It felt unreal. And so then you start telling yourself you can't do the thing you really want to do. Some of you want to do music. Some of you want to write books. You want, these creative ventures you would like to do, or they seem creative based when you compare it to things like, being an accountant or an engineer or, I don't know, a customer service agent or whatever it is that you are. All of that seems so practical. And it's the number of people I have that get on the phone with me who are talking about they want to be in real estate. And I know, because I was in that world myself, that usually the biggest reason why people want to go into real estate is because they've been sold this idea that they're going to make lots of money really, really quickly. Now, I do believe that real estate is a great way of creating an income stream for sure. But the truth of the matter is that it takes as much energy to build a business you do not enjoy as it does to build one you do. Okay. So yes, real estate could be a great way for you to make money. But if you're only doing it because you think it's a practical thing to do, then no, why don't you just find the thing that you actually want to do, or stop telling yourself that the thing you actually want to do is impractical, and recognize that you can build a business around most things if you will put a strategy behind it. And it takes the same amount of energy. I don't care what somebody's telling you about how real estate is easy peasy, lemon squeezy, and you're going to make lots of money in 3 seconds flat. Because I bought into that stuff, and the truth of the matter, it still killed me to get business off the ground. It still took 18 months, of really hard, the hardest 18 months of my life, truth be told. Oh, yeah, it was the hardest 18 months of my life. It's even more hard than becoming a pharmacist. Why? Because with being a pharmacist, it was such a normal thing for me to do, to just kind of carry on and pass the exams, and that's it. So it didn't take much for me to be a pharmacist. Okay, yes, it was a long period of time, and that what's it called? My registration exam was the most scary exam I'd ever taken in my life. I literally remember my hands shaking on the morning of taking that exam. But I did it. I passed and everything, and it was normal for me to pass exams. It was normal for me to excel at school and education. But to come into business, that was scary. So building that real estate business was scary. But the truth is, I could have spent that time building my coaching business, but I didn't think it was practical. I talked myself out of it. Some of y'all are talking yourself out of living in your purpose. And so you keep talking yourself out of it. You keep ignoring the little whispers inside of you telling you what you're actually supposed to be doing. And then one day you say I don't know what your purpose is. You do. You do, but you spend a lot of time telling yourself that you cannot do it. And that's why now you feel very unclear, because your subconscious mind has taken you seriously and decided you don't want to know what your purpose is. And so you don't know what it is. Okay. But the truth of the matter is that your purpose, and I say this all the time, but people don't always hear me, except if you've paid me a lot for it. But it's the same thing I tell to my paid clients, and I'm going to tell you right now. Your purpose, listen, and the divine revealed this to me, and it's quite simple and quite straightforward. Your purpose of being here on planet Earth is to enjoy being here on planet Earth. Your purpose of being here on planet Earth is to enjoy being here on planet Earth. I used to get really scared that, especially when I started coaching, and one of the things that kept coming up with my clients was, I just don't know what my purpose is. And there was a part of me that I had bought into this concept, this idea that finding your purpose is some kind of long, drawn out thing that you need to kind of explore out here, there, everywhere, look through everything to figure. And so I used to get scared that when people purchase a session from me where we're going to uncover their purpose, in fact, I wouldn't even offer those, because there was part of me thinking there's no way I can do that in a session. But now, having had this revelation from the divine, I help people uncover their purpose very, very quickly. Why? Because again, your purpose of being here on planet Earth is to enjoy being here on planet Earth. So all I need to do to help you figure out what your purpose is figure out what you enjoy. Help you figure out what you enjoy. Now, sometimes that can seem quite hard, because for a long time, most of y'all have given up you've given up yourself to try and help everybody else on the planet. So you don't even really know what is fun anymore. You don't really know what you enjoy anymore. And so we need to go back to basics. What do you enjoy? What brings you pleasure? And as I take you through a series of questions to help you uncover this stuff. Because your life's purpose is simply to enjoy being here. Too many people are waiting for some next life thing, especially if you're a spiritual or religious person, particularly. You're waiting for some next life thing, thinking that you're there and everything will be clear. No, you can be clear now. It's simply answering the question, what do you freaking want? What do you want? What do you enjoy? Therein lies your purpose. It's not out there. It's not something that you have to kind of wait for angels to come down with a scroll and trumpet sounding, this is your purpose. No. You already know. You already know what it is. You've just spent so long telling yourself that you cannot do it, that it is not practical, that it is that if for some of you, in fact, you've been so programmed that even as I'm telling you that your purpose is to enjoy being here, you think that's too frivolous. How can my life just be about enjoyment? It is meant to be about enjoyment. You're not here to suffer through life. You're not here to struggle through life. You can choose to, of course, you can buy into the rhetoric, the story that you're supposed to struggle and sacrifice everything and blah, 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 blah. That's your right. You can do that if you want to. Or you can decide what actually brings me joy. What makes me happy? That is my purpose. And so you enjoy helping people, build a business around that. There's stuff that you've overcome that you can help people with. Build a business around that. Build an extra income stream around that. Build a life around what you enjoy doing with people you enjoy doing it with. You get to do that. It is your choice to do that if are willing. Of course, yes, your purpose goes beyond just the work that you do. Absolutely. But let's be honest. One of the reasons why you're not living in your purpose is because you're worried about money. You're worried about being able to pay your bills and all of that stuff. Well, build a business that enables you to live in your purpose and make money, because you can. You absolutely can. I do it. People are doing it. Why not you? Why not you? I get it. It might seem impractical. You might have talked about it with somebody, or maybe you've even tried to build a business around doing what you love, and it hasn't worked. I will add a word to that. It hasn't worked yet. Okay? It hasn't worked yet. The problem for you is, did you quit? Did you so keep telling yourself that story of, this is not practical. I don't think it's going to work. I don't think it's going to work. So when it looked as if it wasn't going to work, you decided it's true. It's not going to work. And then you stopped. When actually you could get a copy of my book, the Six-Figure Spiritual Business book, and use the strategy in there. And you work it until it freaking works. You do not give it up. You do not stop. If there's anyone, if you've seen anyone doing anything similar to what you would like to do, stop telling yourself a story of it's not possible, because it is possible for you. It is possible for you. You just keep telling yourself the story that it's not. And that's the problem, because you keep telling yourself you can't, it's not possible, I can't, it's not possible. Then your subconscious mind is literally buying into it. You are buying into it. You are killing your own self-confidence. You are building up self-doubt because you refuse to trust yourself. Enough of doing this to yourself. Enough punishing yourself. Your purpose is already clear. You do know what it is. It is you are here on planet Earth to enjoy being here on planet Earth. Okay? Even if you've tried before to build a business doing what you love and it hasn't worked, okay, heal. Cry, weep, heal, and let's do it again. I promise you, there was either you just didn't give it enough time, or you were busy comparing yourself to other people and trying to do things the way they were, or you were continually telling yourself, I don't think this is going to work. I don't think this is going to work. I don't think this is going to work. And then it didn't. And so then you proved yourself right. But does it feel good to be right in that way? Does it feel good to be sitting on the fence knowing that knowing what you want, but then refusing to allow yourself to create it? Come on. I am definitely a proponent for the fact that purpose alone will not pay bills. So yes, you do need to put a strategy behind it. No doubt about that. You do need a strategy behind whatever it is that you're doing. But you first need to have decided that you will not quit until you break through. It cannot be well, I'll try for this long and then no, because you will fail. The moment you're putting some kind of plan B in place, you failed already. You will take advantage of your plan B. Your subconscious mind will think, well, you're preparing for a rainy day, let me give you one. Okay? So enough of that stuff. There is a way for you to take what you would like to do, what the things that you would enjoy. There is a way to strategize around that and create a life around that is in line with your purpose, that helps you feel fulfilled. Because again, your true design is a free, fulfilled, financially abundant, love-drenched life if you will claim it. If you will claim it. So yeah, it doesn't take 20 years for you to sit around journaling forever trying to figure out what your purpose is. It just simply comes down to, what would you enjoy? What would you enjoy doing? And yeah, you know what? You might start something today thinking that you're going to enjoy it, but then you started and realize, oh my God, never want to do that. That's fine, because you started. Now you pivot a little bit. You pick out the things that you would enjoy and leave the rest. And so you pivot and you pivot and you pivot until you get to the place where it feels like, you know what? I'm living in my purpose. I am fulfilled. You're waking up in the morning. You're excited that you get to do the things that you get to do. Now, I'm not going to promise that the journey there is going to be always easy, because it isn't. Okay, let's be honest. It isn't always easy. Okay, and this is also sometimes why people sit on the fence waiting for I don't know what. It isn't going to be easy. Okay, it isn't going to be easy. There's going to be times when it really does feel like nothing is ever working, which is why you must have decided inside of you that you will not stop until you are living a life of purpose. And please, when I talk about purpose, I'm not just talking, I know I'm talking, I have been speaking specifically about getting an income stream, because we're adults and we are responsible and we need money. Okay. However, our purpose is more than that. It's like, for me, the three main things for me would be wife, mom, coach. Those are the three main things that really constitute my purpose. But then there's other things like I enjoy doing as well that I can add in there. But those three main things are like my priorities. And so I build my life around those things. Okay. With, of course, in my mind, it always goes without saying that connection to the divine it's a given, right? Okay. And then that, because then includes things like travel. It includes things like, what would I like to do in the evening? What do I like to do to enjoy my life? And one of the things that in building the business actually was, I keep saying to you guys that building a business growth is extreme spiritual growth. Because one thing that tends to happen to people when they start building a business or start building a purpose life is that they get too narrowly focused on, I'm just going to make money, just need to make money, need to make money. When and what I did that for a while. But actually, what then happens is that whilst working with the divine, whilst connecting to the divine and doing whatever you need to do to build the business, you start to realize that your life has to be bigger than that, because life is happening whilst the business is growing. And the business is going to take as long as it takes to grow. Okay. But life is continuing to happen. And if I'm mom, wife, and coach, I cannot ignore wife and mom just thinking about being coach. And so then life starts to get bigger, as well as I can't ignore myself, because in the middle of all of that, I am here too. I need to be enjoying my life as well as being the things that I am. So you see what I'm saying? And so in this journey, to begin with, I stopped reading fiction. I stopped doing anything fun, because all I was focusing on was building business, building business. And then part of it was, the business is going to take as long as it's going to take. My life is happening. I do not want to miss out on my children growing up. I don't want to miss out on enjoying my life. And so I picked up fiction again. Because I used to only read self-help stuff, only do self-helpy stuff, because I need to be focused, and you're not supposed to watch TV, and you're not supposed to do any of this stuff. But that starts making life restricted again, when actually we're looking for an expanded life. And there's so much of the world to experience, to travel and see, books to read. Oh my goodness, there's so many books to read. I love reading. I'd forgotten that for a bit there. But that's part of my purpose. Because remember, your purpose is to enjoy being here on planet Earth. It's to enjoy being here on planet Earth. So again, what adds to your enjoyment? Don't listen to anybody else telling you, oh, you should just focus on these things and you should, because sometimes even in the personal development world, in the process of trying to help you expand, your life becomes restricted because you're not supposed to do certain things. Or in religion as well, because I remember depending on what kind of religion you're part of, it can be so judgmental that it can limit your life. Oh no, you're not supposed to listen to that kind of music, and you're not supposed to dress in that way, and you're not supposed to. And it's like, oh, stop thinking for yourself. Just listen to us telling you exactly what you're supposed to do, even though it means well. It's taking away the expansiveness of life, and you're supposed to live an expanded life. People's lives start getting really small when they start spiritually growing sometimes. And it's like, that's not what the divine wants from you. And they blame the divine for it, thinking that you're pleasing the divine. You're not pleasing the divine living this small, teeny, tiny life. No. You're pleasing the people around you who are looking at you and judging you and telling you, are you good enough for a spiritual person or not? And you're believing that nonsense. Enough. The point is life in all its fullness. Your life's purpose is about enjoying your life. So what would add to your enjoyment? To me, having lots of money. I like it because it allows me to do lots of other things. Yes. Okay. So yes, I like giving a good portion of my time to building my business, because it's one way of unlimited income. I get to choose how much or how little I make. I don't like being in a job for that reason. I don't like somebody else telling me this, but that's not everybody's journey. It could just be that you need an extra income stream so that you do in your holiday time or vacation time, you do get to do more of the things that you'd like to do because you have the money for it. You know, the point of all of this, to reignite your purpose, you just need to remember your life's purpose is to enjoy being here on planet Earth. Are you? And if you're not, take the time to get your journal out. Yeah, write out what would I do, and think of the different aspects of your life and write out what would I enjoy? What would I prefer? What would add to my life? And then take a few of those things and start doing them. And remember, it takes as much energy to build a life you do not love as it does to build one you do. So why not just give your lots of your energy to building the life you actually want? I know people may have pushed you down, made you feel small, or made you feel like you cannot do the thing that you want to do, or maybe you are the one that's doing it to yourself. Well, stop right now. Stop telling yourself, I can't do that, I can't do this, I can't do the other, it's not practical, it's not responsible, it's not that. Come on, wake up. And for most of us in this community, you ambitious spiritual people, you are called to lead. But you've been following for too long. You've been following because it felt safer. But you are called to lead, to be the way shower. So it's time that you find your voice again. It's time that you stop silencing yourself. It's time that you stop betraying yourself. And it's time you stop trying to figure it all out alone. If you can't do this alone, and the truth, as I said, because you spent so long pushing yourself down or being pushed down, yeah, I understand why you might not even know what it means to enjoy your life anymore. Well, get help. Let's have a session together. I will help you uncover this stuff. Come into my gathering. Come into the Deliberate Millionaire gathering. It will help you start to open up again to what your life is actually supposed to be about. Get support. Don't keep trying to figure everything out alone if it's not working. You've already wasted enough time in the wrong life for you. It's time to, there's just no more time to waste doing that. Come on. Okay? Again, your purpose on planet Earth is to enjoy being here on planet Earth. So what do you want? That's it. What do you want? It isn't selfish for you to consider this question, really, really, truly consider it, and then start putting things in place to get you what you want. People may judge, people may call you whatever. If they want to live life off their purpose path, that's up to them. You do not need to join them. You do not need to join them. That's, again, is why you want to be in an environment that supports you in being all of you. Okay? Okay, I'm going to stop there for right now. Remember, the purpose of your life is to enjoy your life. So what do you want? That is a question that you must answer. What do you want? You want help to get clear on all this stuff? Come and work with me. Reach out to, well, first get a copy of the book. When you come into my world, you learn more about the different things that I do. Okay? So get a copy of the book first. Okay? And that will bring you into the world. You start hearing from me in terms of what I can do to support you in thriving, in prospering, in making at least 6 figures whilst living in line with your purpose. The free, fulfilled, financially abundant, love-drenched life is meant to be yours if you will claim it. You are one with the divine. Come on, you're supposed to be loving your life. So will you please start saying yes to you? Will you? Will you? I really, truly hope so. Okay? Okay, I'm going to leave it at that for right now. Go forth and prosper, my loves. You are here on planet Earth to enjoy being here on planet Earth. It is not frivolous. It is not greedy. It is not selfish. It is absolutely right that you do this. Will you? I hope so, my loves. Get a copy of the book. Come into my world. Come deeper into my world. Let me support you in thriving, prospering, making at least 6 figures, living in your purpose. Are you ready? Okay. Much amazing love. Go forth and prosper. Bye. Bye-bye.